So, having gotten the Staff of Incendium from his temple out in the desert, the group emerged to realize a few days have passed when the little time they were in there, after they made their way back to the town of Oasis, try to find more about where their orc bounties they were trying to get were, to learn that one of the brothers had gone missing from the town a little bit shortly before they arrived. And also learning if someone or something sneaking around the town at night that has the people on kind of a high alert. So as they were settling in for the night, Lyric went off to go do some investigating, while the group was contacted by the god, Demigod Pyronix. And that is where we're going to kick it off.
I'm assuming we're going with the Demigod first.
Sure, we'll go with that then.
All right.
So, Victor, you got my father's staff then, did you?
Video would just lean back in whatever nebulous space is in, just, yeah, we got it. Said and done.
Good, good. You can bring that to, crap, I had her name. Names.
Good old what's her nuts.
Basically, it's the
Alethea back at the college in Sirius when you get back there. She can get it to me with no issues.
No, yep, no problem. Question.
Yes.
Hey, will you be giving payment as soon as I get the staff back to your agent, or will you be rendering it now? I have some ideas, and
You were looking for those orcs, correct?
Yeah, but I think we've got that side managed. I had another request for the staff in place of it.
I'm just gonna bring this up. Victor is talking to himself right now.
Oh, I thought we were asleep.
What a weirdo! God, and I thought I was the strange one. Oh.
No, you weren't asleep. You weren't asleep. She's just talking to you.
Oh well, in that case, he's while the others looking weird. I was like,
awkward.
It's like shut up. I'm on the divination phone. 1 second.
Okay, so yeah, what were you thinking then?
Well, I should probably mention this up front. Your dad paid me a visit, so I suppose I should be saying thank you for your patronage.
Daddy paid you a visit, huh?
Yeah, there was a tiefling at the temple, and apparently he can possess tieflings, but couldn't possess me and sense your presence on me.
Your mother is Samantha, right?
Victor nods. The one and only.
Except no substitutions.
That makes sense in a way. It's not my business to discuss, though, personally. You'll have to take that up with your mother next time you see her.
Noted. Just through not quite gritted teeth, but that's gonna be a problem for later. We'll worry about that later. So, in lieu of information, I was wondering if you could grant another boon for me and my associates.
One more thing before I answer that question. What did my daddy say to you?
Father wants to know who sent me. It was it sounded like he was expecting us to be working for somebody else. I answered truthfully because I don't see any reason to lie to a god.
I had a feeling he was on to me.
He says to bring whatever. Let's see, what was the notice? Give me a moment. No, I actually want to get this correct. Want me to tell you that whatever you have planned won't work, and then probably buggered off. So he's expecting to do something. Doesn't really care what. At least not from what I could tell. It's more like the give it your best shot.
He's underestimating me. Good.
That's your business, not mine.
Yeah, I always welcome help, and I'll reward you if you do.
Also noted.
So, you were talking other boons?
Yes. Given that apparently my blood's not as potent, I was thinking about doing something about that.
How long until you're going to be back in the capital?
A few days, give or take.
A few days? Okay. Yeah, I can arrange something to have with Althea when you drop off the staff.
Works for me. Also, and of course, would love something for my compatriots to, reward their efforts.
Yes, very well, very well. I will see about that.
Other than that,
He kind of trails off for a second. Okay, good. Okay, yes, we'll get that. I have just the idea. So
fantastic. Well, bargained and done.
Very well, Victor. You have a nice night now, and I will get in touch with you again if I need to, because I think I might be able to do that a little easier than I initially thought now. I'll have to look into this.
Well, yeah. Well, you have my quote-unquote number. Feel free to hire us out for anything else you might need.
Will do. So what was everyone else doing while Victor was talking to himself, Andaris and Mountain Blood?
Just kind of
talking.
Standing there, like, waving a hand in front of his face, snapping fingers.
Absorbing it all, just taking it all in.
He's having another episode. Did anyone bring his meds?
How dare you? I'm fully medicated. I'm not crazy. I've been tested.
I have a cleric's note.
I thought I was the strange one.
So as soon as Victor pops out of that, it's like, okay, so we're gonna have and just kind of before he starts speaking, Victor will probably notice that they're gawking at him and try to figure out what the hell's going on. All right, yeah, I usually do this when I'm asleep. So you know how gods can just pay you a visit, right? Whenever they want to.
I mean, like a divine intervention or something?
So I've been told.
Less divine intervention and more calling me up and using I assume divination or whatever.
Want to give me an Arcana check? You can do that.
Yeah.
Or religion.
I'm assuming based on what I know, not what Victor knows.
That random phone call at whatever time zone they happen to be in, be like, oh, just saying hey. I'm like, what? Really? Now?
9.
They just wanted to get in contact with Victor to let him know that his Ford vehicle car warranty is expiring soon.
I haven't.
Like, to extend your vehicle warranty?
Victor would immediately snap back at that. It's like, I don't even own a horse, much less a cart. How dare you?
I have a Mustang back home, but I mean,
very few. Oh, good for you. Good for Bound Blood. I'm sure your down payments on that has been very generous.
Just one platinum piece a year. That's it.
Yeah, with that roll, Victor, you kind of gleam that what you said sounds about right, but you're not sure really.
He's assuming divine nonsense. They can contact you whenever they want it. They want to, however they want to, whatever. God, divinity, mumbo jumbo, whatever magic. So, point is though, Pyronix decided to look me up about the whole scepter not business. So, yeah, we're gonna get double paid for while we're out here. Mostly for our side adventure.
Convenient.
As soon as we get back to the capital. Now, if all holds true with Lyric, we can find out where the Orc Brothers went off to, collect that bounty, and also make sure Electra's okay, because I do not want to go back to her father and find out something happened. There's nothing like that, and I didn't do nothing about it.
Oh, goodness gracious, no.
Just out of curiosity, since we've been on this little thread of adventure, do we even know what our mercenary, or quote-unquote mercenary stronghold is like? I mean, everyone's still there, everyone maybe died, or whatever the case may be. Did we even stock the place before you left?
They haven't sent us a postcard, so I assume the place is still up and running.
I just started thinking about that, like, you know what? It's been a while since we chimed in just to see how things were going.
It's all about like what, a week or two, give or take.
About a week and a half, I'd say.
It's just been a corpse. Everyone's just a corpse at this point.
Well, no, I remember I left our quartermaster there to handle the arrangements. So I'm pretty sure he'll make sure everyone gets food, right?
I was gonna say someone's been assigned to get groceries and stuff, so no one dies.
Yes.
You left EX in charge.
Yeah.
Boy, just making sure. It's been a while since we chimed in. Just want to make sure.
Yes, EX will contact us in case there's a major problem.
I hope
and if
so.
he hasn't, and there is a major problem, well, then it's a much bigger problem, which none of which we can do about right now.
Okay. I was just checking. Just figure he'd be the first one to die, and we have no idea what's going on over there in case the whole place burned. So.
Considering it's in the capital, I would imagine the whole capital, or at least part of it, has to be on fire for us to not to contact us, and that's pretty big news.
Yeah.
That travels fast.
So you happen to ask the wrong person, and they happen to be a double agent of some kind, and now the whole place is burned. Just saying.
Yeah, just the fort here would be going a little crazy if something was happening that big in the capital.
Yeah.
Very true, very true. But it was just something that I thought about in hindsight, like a week ago. So
I will send a message in the morning and make sure for an update.
Okay. I'll make sure everything was good. I'm good. So cool.
I appreciate your concern, though, Mountain Blood.
Yep, it's just want to make sure everyone wasn't dead.
Anything else you guys want to talk about then, or can we cut the lyric now?
Let's cut the lyric, in my opinion.
Later we'll go back to reading whatever book he has on hand while we cut the lyric.
Cutscene.
Okay, so what was your plan for today then, Lyric?
Well, since it's nighttime, and I'm assuming the bar at the inn we're at is bustling with patronage, right?
Yeah, there's a few people in there right now.
There's nothing better than listening to those who are fancying a drink or two to get some sort of information out of them. And if worse comes to worse, you could just go on a hobo murder spree, just trying to find, what's her name?
Electra.
Electra. There we go.
Okay, so yeah, you come down into the bar area. There does seem to be quite a few people in there. Some people sitting around some tables playing, looks like some poker or something.
Is there anyone that I recognize at first?
Yep, you do see Jinx, that tabaxi, doing like some more regaling people with his stories at one of his tables, like standing on there, kind of like doing that thing where he like really exaggerated arm movements, explaining stuff. Like you see him kind of doing some fake sword swings, like shield blocks, stuff like that.
All right, the first thing that Lyric is going to do, she's going to meander on over toward that table, listen to the rest of the story, and kind of like pull on his pant leg, or if he's wearing any pants, if he's not wearing pants, she'll kind of like tug on his fur a little bit just to get his attention.
So that's when the Medusa, having petrified one of the town's guards as a distraction, paid the ultimate sacrifice to help me, as I came up behind it and just cut the thing's head clean off.
And I'm gonna hit my lute string in such a way that it sounds like a sting, like something was just murdered. That's a 22 in performance with my lute.
I see someone's trying to add some nice flair to my stories. Much appreciated, miss.
Oh, of course, it's what I'm good at.
Like-
Finger guns.
It's like, oh yeah, I remember the next lyric. And die. Dun-dun-dun.
No, it's like when Joker kills the black gangster in Dark Knight, when he's like there.
Yeah, okay.
Was there something I could do for you then?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind, if we get this crowd a little broken up. I'm looking for somebody in town. You seem to be the most likely type to might know where she might be at.
Ah, you're looking for someone. Who would that be now?
She goes by the name Electra.
Can't say that name rings a bell, unfortunately.
Lyric will give a physical description of her.
No, I don't think I've seen anyone like that.
Well, we've had confirmation that she was in town a couple days ago.
Around the time you guys first showed up?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I don't think I ever happened to run into her if she was here.
Okay. Then would you happen to know one of two things then? One, any sort of group or parties that may be knowledgeable in things that are questionable. Just kind of like hinting at crimes and stuff or things like that. Or a person that would kind of know everyone who's in town.
What was the second question?
If he knows anyone that would know everyone in town. There's always that one person that is the unofficial mayor of the town who knows everyone.
Okay, let me check something here.
God, it is exhausting walking around with you. You're like someone running for the mayor of nothing.
I called this town Oasis earlier. It's Altair. I keep getting them mixed up.
Tomato, potato.
Yeah.
Well, for knowing everyone, you want old Mr. Barkeeper Sandathus over there. He pretty much knows everyone in this town.
Okay.
As for finding people that are looking for people of ill intent or doing anything weird like that.
Nefarious deeds, maybe not so much like murder, but like maybe, things that are in that gray area.
Side note, do you speak Thieves' Cant?
No, I do
Can't.
not.
What is that?
I do not know of anyone, as he's kind of saying a lot of stuff here that's kind of dragging the sentence on a little bit more than it needs to, but he doesn't know.
Can I insight him?
Go ahead.
That is a 11 plus 2, 13.
And for what you can tell, he's telling the truth right here. I don't know anyone like that, unfortunately.
Okay, well, thank you for your time. I guess I'll go and speak with the bartender over there. Well, if someone does come up to you looking for something to fare, just point them in my direction, please.
Will do.
All right.
But yeah, there's his name, so you have it.
How do you say that?
I don't know, I took it from a book. I thought it sounded cool.
Saying
I don't know how you say it, but it looks
just gonna
cool.
call him Shane O'Mac.
Just call him Shay. Just Shay for short.
I'll call him
Shay.
Shabdabadoo, but I think we already have
Call him
a person
Shay.
with that name.
Come on, Shay.
Let's call him Carter.
Shay Carter.
She'll mosey on over to the bartender.
Evening, miss. Anything I could get for you tonight?
Sure. Two things. A hard drink on the rocks and, perhaps, dialogue or two.
Sure, what you looking for? Something more on the sweet end? Something...
She just leans in and just goes, hard.
Okay, he pours you some of that, prickly pear fruit stuff.
Ooh, yes.
Liquor.
Fairly Temple on the rocks.
As he opens up like a little container that seems once he opens it, you can tell there's some kind of magic giving off a bunch of cold from there to keep everything cold. And as he takes a couple ice cubes, puts it in a glass and pours it in there.
Perfect. She'll slam down the shot. She'll look at him and just be like, "Listen, we came into town 3-4 days ago. We've gotten rumor that there is a person that we have interest in arriving into town somewhere around the same point in time. Would you happen to know anything that may have come to happen to her?"
Yes, I do recall hearing someone coming to town looking for the same bounties you were, if I recall.
She'll kind of give a physical description of Electra.
He never made it in here that I can recall. Let me give a quick. Yeah, with that description you gave of her, she never did come into the bar. I heard some of my patrons talking about seeing her sneaking around town. From what you could, but from what I remember hearing, she left same day.
Okay. Also, I had a question. It's been said that there's been someone sneaking around at night around town as well, right?
Yeah, there's been reports of jumping around the rooftops, listening in on conversations.
Did that also start happening around the same time that we arrived and my friend arrived in town?
This was a couple days ago after you didn't see you guys here for a couple days. Okay.
So, conveniently after we leave, someone starts jumping around rooftops. Okay. And you said people witnessed her leaving town?
The best of my knowledge, yes.
Okay. One other question. I know we asked earlier if you've seen any of the brothers, the ones that the bounty, the nice one. Can you just go over that with me one more time? So I'm just trying to put all of these things together that seem very coincidental.
Yeah, the one that lives in town here, the smarter one, for the lack of a better description between them. Last time I saw him was before you guys showed up, honestly. Hope he's okay.
We saw him on the road, but, that was...
No,
Near
that's the I forget which one his name was.
Oh, that's right. That's the one that isn't. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you wouldn't mind sharing with me, do you know where he lives?
Yeah, if you want to check in on him, ask him why he hasn't come in here in a while. I miss the guy. He's fun, for the lack of a better word. Kind of describes where he lives.
Was he a regular patron of your establishment, sir?
Yeah, not daily, but every few days he comes in and gets something.
Okay, and when was the last time he came in and saw you? You said the last time you saw him was before we arrived in the town. How many days was that?
The day before.
Okay, so it's he would have been here at some point, up to this point since the last time you saw him.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Like I said, I just want to make sure I'm getting a lot of things that seem very coincidental kind of lining up in place, so that way maybe if I can find a link or two, we can figure out what's going on.
I hope you can find your friend. Hope she's okay.
I hope I can find the smart brother. Maybe
I hope
you'll
he's
find
okay
Electra.
too.
Maybe you'll find Electra for me, and I'll find your every other day patron. She kind of giggles at that.
Be nice. Hopefully she'll pay me a visit too and buy some stuff. I'd appreciate that. Wink, wink at you.
She'll just kind of look around and ask one more question. Just looking at everybody around in this tavern at the moment, is there anyone that is... She kind of leans in, kind of says underneath her breath, see how stealthily I do this? That's not great. That's a 10. Anyone around here that might be into the more gray area of what is right and wrong?
Give me a persuasion check here with disadvantage.
Persuasion check with disadvantage. Okay. Well,
Anyone who favors the other melon patch, as they say.
Let's see. One's a natural 20, and the other one is a 17 plus 10, so that's a 27.
Holy balls. Nice.
Sorry, I keep my patrons' personal lives to them. It's up to them to discuss, not me.
She'll nod.
Unfortunately, he got a nat 22, so...
She just nods. Oh, understandable. Wasn't looking for anything too good or bad. I was just wondering if I could ask them a question or two, but I understand. She kind of like reaches over and pats his hand gently.
Yeah, so 1 gold for the drink.
She'll toss in 3 gold just as a tip. Might as well get a little bit of favor.
That crow, he comes along and just kind of lands by. He does like a little dance for you.
She just
and like spreads its wings.
She just turns to it, like raises her finger and just like turns back to the bartender. We'll talk about that later, by the way. But that's very interesting. I like that. And she'll get up from the bar and start heading toward the Smart Brothers' home. What was his name?
When was this again?
That's the thing. There's 3 of them, and I don't remember.
Not 4 of them.
That's right. There's 4 of them.
Well, it's between one of 2, so I can't remember if this one was named Grig or Grug.
I think Grug was the one we met on the road.
And this was Grig. Grigg.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was It was Craig.
Yes, Steve.
So she'll start meandering her way to where his house was. She's gonna take her time. She's just gonna kind of absorb the city at night. Since, it's nice outside.
As you're walking through the streets, it's you see some of the street lamps they have lighting up, kind of giving the town that nice kind of orange glow to them. See some people settling in. You can smell some people cooking some of their food in their houses because you're going through kind of the, residential district.
How busy are like the streets? Is this an active city at night?
Yeah, I see a few people walking here and there. Some
Okay,
kids
so-
kind of outside still doing a little playing. Give me a perception check, though.
That is bad. That's an 8.
Okay.
Just gonna kind of, like I said, take your time getting over to Grig's house.
Yeah, as you get closer to his house, you do notice that there's seems to be less people around here. I mean, you still see one here and there, but it's a little more not the nice, not the like the bad part of town, but what's the way to describe it? Kind of the
light situation around me.
There's still those same streetlights. There's a few less here and there.
Okay.
But you can still pretty much see the streets are lit up well enough, but some of the back alleys would be a little harder to see down, or the stuff behind houses if they don't have lights on them.
All right. Lyric is going to.
As I think I described this part of the town earlier, it's the older part of town. Some of the buildings are a little bit older.
As Lyric is kind of walking through the streets, she's gonna kind of, she's been walking nicely, just kind of looking around. All of a sudden, from her, she's going to drop a minor illusion of like a poof smoke, like a magician poof to hide themselves, and she's gonna duck into an alleyway real quick if she
Okay.
can.
So give me a stealth check with advantage.
That is a 23.
Okay. And what do you wish to do when you're in this alley?
She's just gonna kind of wait and kind of like tuck herself against the wall and see if there's anyone following her.
Okay, give me another perception check with advantage.
Yeah, that's landing on a 1. Good thing I have advantage. That's 14 plus 18.
You see a person in kind of a darkish, like, brown, like, cape kind of jump off. You can tell this cape's kind of designed to match, like, because they got kind of, like, terracotta buildings around here. Like kinds you'd see in a desert. Jump down from the roof and kind of look around. You can't make out their face because it's kind of, blocked by the hood.
How far away from that, am I from them?
15, 20 feet.
Perfect! Because what Lyric's going to do is she's going to, from the shadow, just immediately cast Enlarge Reduce on that person.
Okay. And I'm assuming you're going to shrink them, right?
Yes, I'm going to shrink them.
Okay, and this is DC versus what again?
It's a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution.
And I don't have any, so it's a save of 15.
Okay, so they seem to shrug that off, and let me see here. Give me another stealth check here.
That is a 20. A non-natural 20.
As you see them jump onto the roof by the building the alley you were hiding down.
Okay.
You hear them mumble.
Lyric's going to wait a minute or two and then reemerge from the alleyway and continue walking her way to Grig's house.
Okay, so yep, you get to his kind of little ramshackle-looking house. Got a little crummy door on it, but it looks like it's no lights coming from inside of it, so there's clearly no one, probably no one there.
Okay.
Be it ever so crumbled, there's no place like home.
She is going to. She's going to go up to the door and, with sleight of hand, see if the door is unlocked. She's not going to try and open it. She's just going to see if it can be opened.
Okay. Roll for that.
So that is another 13 plus, so another non-nat 20.
It is unlocked.
It's unlocked. Okay. She is going to knock on the door. Just
A minute or so passes by, no response.
she's going to then minor illusion the knock being even louder, so that way it could be heard around her, like it so loud it's gonna cause other people who live around him to go and open the door, kind of loud.
You see someone, you hear a door open from a house over. Look around. You see a half-elf looking person kind of leaning out. Anybody there?
They're just like, yes, excuse me. And she's just gonna run right over to him.
Yes, miss. What did you need?
Yeah, hi. My name is Lyric. I'm actually a just kind of thinks about it. A mercenary, I guess. I have an interest of knowing where your neighbor Greg is at. There's a bounty on one of his brothers, that I need information on. So I was wondering, have you seen him? Everyone in town says they haven't seen him in a couple days. I was just, anything recent happened? Anything you could tell me would be great.
No, I haven't seen him in a few days. I don't know why so many people are after his damn brothers. Whatever.
Have there been other people that stopped by his house?
Oh, all the time.
Okay. Have you seen, and we'll describe Electra to this neighbor, in the past few days, someone looking like that?
Yeah, I thought I saw her about 5 days ago as I was walking to work.
Okay. So
Before that big sandstorm came through.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. All right. So, and Lyric's gonna remember that Electra was here before we arrived. So she was ahead of us. Okay. Perfect. Did she get a response out of Greg at all? I'm assuming she stopped by his house. So.
No idea.
All right.
I was at work probably because when that would have happened.
That's perfectly acceptable, sir. Let me think. You haven't heard any loud commotion, any sort of conflict coming from his house in the last 4 to 5 days?
I haven't seen him. He sometimes disappears for a few days at a time and comes back. I assume he's just on one of his trips.
Okay. So it's pretty regular for him to be out of town. What's the longest he's been out of town for?
4 days, I think. I don't know,
4
I guess
days,
maybe this one because he's been gone about 5, so maybe this one.
Okay. All right. The bartender was talking about how he would stop in to his establishment every 3 to 4 days as well. Okay. So his behavior seems a little erratic for what he normally would be. All right. May I ask a favor of you, sir? Or
Depends
ma'am?
on the favor. I don't know you.
Well, I'm going to go into his house to investigate to see if he's okay. If you would mind, just 10 minutes of your time, just in case something happens. Just be aware that I'm across the street. And if you happen to hear a commotion, please alert the town guard.
I should report you for trying to break and enter.
This is we understand that Greg himself is not one of the brothers up for the bounty, and there has been general concern about him not being around from the bartender, and it sounds like yourself. This seems like something is abnormal about the behavior going on. And you said it yourself, there's been so many people coming to his door that it's possible he may have been mistaken for one of the bounties. We just want to make sure he's okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time.
I'm sure it's not the first time.
Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion check. That is a 21.
It's not breaking and entering, it's a well-being check. Nudge, nudge.
If I find out anything stealing, I know who to blame, but I'll look the other way.
I have no reason to take anything from the man. I'm just, like I said, just want to make sure there was nothing that's happened to him.
Yeah,
Right.
he is a nice guy. I don't want him. I want him to be okay. So
Yeah, absolutely, sir. Like I said, no more than 10 minutes. I'll walk in. I've already seen that the door is unlocked, so there will be no forceful entry, which is, at night, if he's home or if he's out, you would figure he'd lock his door. So it means someone's either broken in or he left it unlocked or someone left it unlocked. So, all right. And she kind of waves from, thank you. Like I said, 10 minutes most. Anything that isn't, quietness coming from the house, just go get the guard. And
very well. If I hear noise, you will be told. I will deny that I told you about this, and you will get charged for that.
That's fine, sir. That's fine. They're just like, I can get myself out of trouble. It's fine.
As he walks back into his house and closes the door.
Okay. Lark will go over and open up the door to Grig's house.
Okay. So you see a modest little house. It's got a table, bed, some cooking spots.
Is it dark inside?
Yes, it's dark inside.
All right. Well, good thing I have dark vision. How does the house look? Like the objects in the house look? How are they arranged? Does it seem like a normal residence?
Yes, it seems a pretty normal residence. It's just a big, giant, like, open room.
Okay. Anything on the table, like, misplaced, like it was pushed, or countertops, or chairs, chairs on the ground with the backs on the ground, chairs significant distance away from the table.
Nope, there is some bread left on the table that seems to be a little bit old and moldy.
Is it at all any parts of it consumed?
Partially consumed, yes.
Okay, so Lyric will notice, all right, well, stopped eating. Someone did, I don't know who. Everything else seems to be arranged. How is this house laid out? So we enter into the kitchen first, or is it just more like, here's a small living space and then the kitchen is kind of attached to it?
Yeah, it's basically a big open plan. It's got a kind of area that's the kitchen, a table, there's some cupboards in there, and then a bed all in one big room.
Okay, so no dividing wall, so it's very much like a studio kind of house. Okay. How does the bed look?
It looks like it's best way to describe it, it's nothing special, just a basic bed.
Is it made? Is it are the blankets kind of folded like someone just got up in a hurry?
It looks like someone had just gotten out from it, but you can't tell just because he was in a hurry or this guy just doesn't make his bed.
Okay, so just trying to piece this together. So was probably sleeping, was alerted by someone probably knocking at his door, and possibly Electra. He then decided that he would wake up for the day and get something to eat. Are there any sort of backpacks carrying storage carrying items, things like that would indicate that this person leaves town for a couple days at a time?
Give me an investigation check for that.
That is... Ooh, that one's a good one. Investigation, that's a 22.
You decide to take a quick peek inside, like, the cupboard and stuff, and you... There's, kind of like what looks like the clothing part of it. There's some big empty spots where, like, something could have been stored in there that's not there right now.
Okay. She'll just kind of look at it. Okay, so something big. Is it like a square-shaped space? Is it round?
It looks like it could fit a backpack would have fit in there pretty nicely.
Okay. And she'll just kind of look back at the bread roll. They call him the smart one. Why wouldn't he finish his roll or come out some way to preserve it? He might have been in a hurry to get out of town. Electra left the same day. She's going to look for any sort of evidence there was more than one person in this house recently.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
That is... Ooh, another 22.
Yeah, it looks like earlier today there was a couple other people in this house.
Okay.
That kind of just messed up any chance of seeing anything that would have happened a few days prior.
Okay, she'll
Victor, guard.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I coughed and said Victor and guard.
Oh, okay. She'll make note of that. Okay, that was probably when Victor came. We really need to find someone who saw him leave town. He's called the smart one for a reason. I wonder why that is. She'll kind of just stand up and head back outside.
Okay, before you head out, you feel someone tap their hand on your shoulder, and they whisper into your ear, "Lyric."
She'll stop and just stay silent. She's going to assume that this is Electra.
Yes, it is clearly her voice.
Okay, she'll just kind of do a slight nod to acknowledge that she is recognized and just stay still.
He kind of whispers back, "What are you looking for in here?"
I was looking for the smart one, but he doesn't seem to be at home.
Oh, the one that lives here? Yeah, she said the one that lives here. Are you going to respond to that?
She'll nod.
Oh, yeah, I kind of made an oopsie, and,
Killed him?
No, he's fine.
Okay. Turned him in?
Yeah, and he's back in the capital.
Okay. Figured as much. Just wanted to make sure no one was killed. People were starting to wonder, and then it was just like, oops.
Yeah, I brought him back to the capital before I realized I had the wrong guy.
Yeah, we came across one getting into town just behind that sandstorm.
Yeah, I think he kind of kept that secret because he was trying to protect his brothers.
Makes sense.
Yeah, he's on his way back right now, too, so he'll be back here in a couple of days.
Okay.
I've been trying to figure out something to... everyone in town's keeping something secret about these orcs. They're not telling people that don't live here. So I've been sneaking around. Have you turned around to look at her yet?
No, she wants to give off the guise that she's the only one in the house.
Yeah, I've been following you around. Then you disappeared on me with that puff of smoke. Then someone tried to cast some magic on me. Looking for him.
Lyric with that will then turn around. Okay, that was me.
As you clearly see, she's in kind of that cape that you saw jump down from the roof.
Okay, that was you. Okay. I had it as like a 50-50 that was you or somebody that was looking for something more, so.
And she
I
kind of
haven't
looks
been
at you
productive.
angrily. So you cast magic at me?
It was just gonna make you small for a minute, and I was gonna drop it once I knew it was you.
Back off. I'll make you pint-sized.
That's
Some
all. You
friend
wouldn't have
you
been
are.
hurt. You don't listen, okay? I have heard stories from the people I am working with recently of people taking other people's faces, and I don't know. Okay?
What has Victor been telling you?
That man. There's just gonna be like angrily, like anger stomp. That man is just sighs.
There's no thought process. It's anger at this point.
So yeah, I've been
Ants at a picnic.
sneaking around town trying to get information, but no one's saying anything. Now they're kind of getting anxious about why sneaking around. Don't mean him any harm.
Have you come across anyone that's a little bit more, not on the up and up?
Something about that Jinx guy rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, and the bartender, I got the sense that he kind of knows something, but he didn't want to crack. I think that's our best lead, outside of Greg.
I
There
haven't
has
had a
to be
chance to look in here yet. You found anything?
No, I just find the evidence of. I'm assuming you came in. He was eating breakfast, and you took him away.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. He kind of
did
came
happen to
without a fight. He even grabbed his backpack.
It seems as though he's kind of used to that. So
Yeah, like I said,
did he have a backpack with him?
Yes, I told you he took it with him.
Okay.
Grabbed out of that cupboard over there.
Okay. He must be used to it. Take the backpack, gets transported to the city. The city guards go, no, this is not the right one. He has to walk back.
Yeah, I think he did it to try to throw me off their trail. Keep him off them for a few days. It worked. You find your thing?
That was the only thing that I noticed, is that the backpack was gone. I've got a sense of what happens with him. He'll disappear from town for 2 to 3 days, sometimes up to 4, and he'll stop back at the bar and come back home. That'll be it. No one really talks about what he does, which makes me think, yeah, he's covering for his brothers, but there might be more than just covering going on.
Bringing them supplies or something?
Something like that, yeah. It's nothing that I would say is like criminal, but he definitely knows more than what he's letting on.
Yeah, he was definitely. You just heard him talking. You wouldn't think he was an orc.
How you said he was quite amicable. Did you try to use any force with him?
Oh.
I think a change of tact might be a little bit better than peace. Do you have any parchment on you?
Pulls out a piece of paper.
All right. I'm assuming you've got quill and ink that I can use.
Yeah, she pulls some of that out too.
All right. I think the best thing that we can do is make it seem as though that we know more than what we do, and to get him to come to us versus us come to him.
A
And
good idea.
Lyric's going to start writing a note on this piece of parchment. And she'll just start to scribble it, and then she'll, let's see, how many do I have? I don't have any, I only have one. She'll look at, Electra, you got a dagger? A spare one?
Pulls one out of like her like a little sheath on her hip.
Perfect. Lyric just goes up to the back, to the door frame, and just kind of holds up the piece of paper. Go ahead and check it as good as you can. And she's got to hold an action to sleight of hand her hands away as soon as that dagger comes towards the letter.
Okay, give me a dexterity check for that.
Dexterity check. This is a +4. That's a 15.
Yep, as the dagger, she throws the dagger there at the door frame. You get your hand out of the way, and the paper is stuck in the door frame with the dagger. Then
Perfect. She'd be like, that should be able to get him to come to us. And she'd be like, she'll open the door. All right, let's go. I wouldn't stick around anymore. They're getting pretty suspicious. I would let people know it was you. That might be a good idea.
okay. Just what for clarity's sake, what does the note say so I know?
Gone fishing.
The note says, no more supplies coming in. What the hell? Get your ass to the location of where the temple appears.
Those exact words.
Essentially, yes.
Whoever happens to be,
And
you need to be there.
She's going to do. I don't know what you would want me to roll for this, but she's gonna make sure there's like misspellings, characters turned the wrong way, like an orc wrote it.
Okay,
Be
give me
performance.
what will be good for that?
Performance, maybe.
Deception, sleight of hand, intelligence.
Give me a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
Roll for penmanship.
All right. That's a 10, but my sleight of hand is pretty good. It's a 17.
I was about to clear his calligraphy kit.
Okay, so yeah, you write up a little orcish like letter as best you can.
Because at worst she's figuring, okay, well, the two that are wanted are probably have other people working for them, so it may not have been written by the brothers, but it could have been written by somebody else. So as long as it's close enough for that for him to take the bait, we'll do that.
Okay.
Oh, one thing from you, Electra. When did you arrive at the capital to turn them in?
Couple days ago, then I came back
Right.
here.
All right, so he shouldn't be too far behind you. I would just stake this out and see when he arrives home and what happens.
Sure. As she kind of like does that little salute thing, and like magically disappears in from you.
There goes. She sighs. Okay. She'll go ahead and leave the house, close the door, and start making her way back to the tavern.
Yeah, you make it back to the tavern, okay? You see a few more people. You see Jinx still telling stories and stuff like that, so...
She'll go first to the bartender and go, 2 hard ones, please.
2 this time. Very well. He pours you 2 of them in the same way.
She drops down 20 gold. Looks at him. You've made a lot tonight, haven't you? You've had a pretty good night?
Looks around. Yeah, people are selling pretty good. People get a little fun when he's telling stories.
So you wouldn't mind closing right now then, would you?
Why do you ask?
I need to have a meeting with a mutual friend.
Roll persuasion with advantage.
Okay, hold on. That's a 16 and a 13, so 16, 26.
Okay, gentlemen, unfortunately something's come up. I'm gonna have to close early for the night, guys. I apologize. If you're in your rooms, if you have rooms, feel free to head back to your rooms.
And as he's doing that, Lyric's going to immediately walk over to Jinx, put both shots at his feet, look at him, and just go, "If you wouldn't mind taking a seat for a minute, please."
Kind of looks around, shrugs her shoulders, and sits down and grabs one and just pours it back.
She looks at him. "They're both for you."
I know. I'm saving the other one for later.
"Good."
You want to talk, right? Don't want to be
Yes.
too out of it.
"Yes, that's exactly what I want."
So, you wish to discuss something with me? What is
Yes.
it?
Well, when I came into this town, and I came into this tavern, and we came across you, my friend, there was always something different about you. Something that I've come a little bit of admiration for. You're a little bit mischievous and mysterious and kind
Am
of.
I now? He's kind of
Well,
like
I'm-
leaning back in the chair with his arms behind, kind of like, behind his head.
Lyric just goes, "Well, I don't want to come out and say it, but you're definitely, you seem like a man that can get things done."
You could say that is something about me, yes.
Good, good. And obviously, as I am a professional and you are a professional, we can use our language that can convey what we mean in such a way that we understand it, but nobody else can understand it, right?
If you think you can do it that way, then yes.
Good, good. Then I have two things, which is why I've brought two shots. One, I want to learn that language. And two, I want to know where the Orc brothers are.
Yeah. Ugh. Let me check something on Thief Ant here.
Normally it's rogues only, but that's one of those things that I think should be negotiable.
Yeah, it's such an inference language that if you come across a rogue should be able to teach you it. It's something that's learned. It's not a cultural thing. It's something that you just learn. It's a craft. That's how it's kind of like a craft.
It's one of those things you can list in the guidelines as opposed to actual rules, if we want to be frank. But yeah.
because the other thing is that there are backgrounds that give you Thieves' Cant as well. I'm pretty sure Criminal gives it to you.
Actually, that's a
Look it
good
up.
question. Let me double check that.
Now let me check on that.
I know Criminal gives you proficiencies with Thieves' Tools.
It does not. It actually gives you criminal contact, gives you equipment, gives you tool proficiencies, but not Thieves' Cant as a thing, which is weird.
Huh. Learning that, it takes a lot of time and patience.
Well, good thing I'm an elf. Good thing I am a young elf.
He's got lots of years yet.
The thing is, most of the stuff for that's not written down. It's passed on by word of mouth, so...
They
I can see
always
you
said
are a
that-
young elf, but it would still take many months of training with someone, man to man, to learn it.
Lair kind of leans back. Well, good thing they always told me I was never a good bookworm.
And you look like one that's not prone to, as an adventurer, not prone to a sedentary time to do this.
Well then, I guess there's only one way I can learn it then. Is to have multiple teachers of it. She kind of looks at him and like nods. Like,
So why do you want to learn the ways of this language?
I find language fascinating, and language that is inference is always something that I find to be really, really, really fun.
I want to do an episode of my bougie linguistics podcast about it.
Heck yeah. Woo!
And the brothers, what makes you think I know where they are?
Because a man like you knows everything that happens in this town.
Maybe I do, maybe I don't.
All right, well then I'll give you a piece of information for a piece of information.
Okay.
She'll lean in. But I gotta receive payment first. After all, I am a performer.
What's your price?
Like I said, one piece of information for another piece of information. I want to know where the brothers are. You at least have a clue to that, or at least the beginning of a trail. if not knowing where they're at flat out.
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Shalene, I don't need to know where they're exactly at, but if you can give me a bread trail, that would be great. That is a 7 and a 9, so 17.
Wow.
What happened?
What a bad roll.
That's okay.
He
I'll
looks
take
at
it.
you. You're gonna have to ask Grig. And he leans
Good.
back. Now, my payment, please?
Yes, of course. She looks at him. There's a temple outside of town. Approximately 5 to 6 hours of a walk. East. It only emerges from the sand. That was at sunset, right?
What did I say?
I think it was the sunset or dawn. One moment.
Why can't I remember? I
Dusk.
think I'm gonna
It
remember
reveals
this, then I
itself
forget to write it down, and then forget.
reveals itself at dusk.
At dusk.
At
Okay.
dusk, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. Inside the temple, you'll find a way to make a fortune. And a good supply of it, too. Did the tiefling that was in the temple, is he still there? I'm assuming he's still there. He's making the
He's in charge
Yeah.
of watching the jerky meat that's made in there.
Mm-hmm.
He was there when we left.
Yep.
And because
But
of
the
the
things
time dilation, it seems to take longer to make it in there than...
She'll lean in. But you won't want that. The real reward is behind the door. And there's only one way to open the door.
And that way is...
Price negotiable.
What would that price be?
You would tell me where the Orc brothers are.
He looks at you. I told you all I know.
Then I've told you all that I know. Professional to professional.
And are you going to insight that?
Yeah. That is a nat 20.
He is telling the truth.
Nice.
He does not know where they are.
Okay. And she'll go, okay.
But he is hiding something else about them that he's not telling you.
She'll just look at him. If that's all you're willing to share, that's all I'm willing to share.
Very well. So, about learning our ways of voice. You're based in the capital, right?
Yes.
Hmm. Let me get his name quick, because I think I did get the guy here for this one.
Talk to Shady Sam behind the hardware store.
Seek out my friend in the rat's den. I will give him word that someone is looking for the information there.
What's your friend's name?
Second here.
I've been there. She kind of leans in.
I did not write these names down like an idiot.
Lesson learned for next time.
Yep.
Maybe happen someone the party knows.
I'll look it up. It's the bartender there, so.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I may or may not have written his name down.
That's
Maybe.
fine. As long as I have the reference, that's great.
I'll go back to
Yeah.
that VOD and double check it.
Lyric will nod. Well, I appreciate your time and your business. I hope that in the future we can do a little bit more that is, shall we say, less strenuous and more exciting.
Very well. As he grabs his other shot, shoots it down, pounds it out, gets up. Well, since he has closed the place for the night, I guess it's time for me to head home.
Lyric will kind of lean back in the chair and have a good night, sir.
Pleasure
Anytime you
doing
need-
business with you, Lyric.
Anytime you need a song to amplify your stories, just let me know.
I will gladly hit you up on that offer.
Just smile and do like a little wave, just like a flick of her wrists to say goodbye.
As you hear the crow kind of start doing some cawing stuff as the bartender comes out of the back door. Yeah, is your business done?
Yes, appreciated, good sir. Thank you very much for the time.
Yeah, I made plenty of money tonight, so you have a nice night now.
You too. And Lyric will just take out her lute, start tuning it, and just strum very lightly to make music, because she slept during the day. She took her meditation during the day, so now she's awake.
Are you gonna go back to your room?
Now she'll just sit in an empty bar, just nice and peaceful and quiet.
Okay, so a little bit ago, you guys, everyone in the room, because you could hear the bar a little bit.
Yeah.
As it seems that all the sound died down earlier than the bar should have.
Are we all in the bar right now?
No, you're in your
Bigger-
rooms, but it's attached to the bar, so you
Um,
could hear like the typical bar noise die down.
is there a window?
That's
right-
awkward.
Yeah,
Usually
it's
that
not
shouldn't be
win-
happening.
Yeah, Victor would try and check the window and see get a rough idea what time it is, time of day.
What are they getting?
About
Fumigated?
11 o'clock-ish.
So would he figure out whether it's early or for them
The
to be
bar is
dying down?
closing earlier than it should.
Okay, yeah, that's what Victor.
I feel a disturbance in the bar area. We should all go check it out. I'm
You
going
say
to
that
emerge
every
from
night.
my room.
You
No,
say
no,
that
no.
every
It's
night,
like
Mountain Blood.
I'm gonna
Victor will-
emerge and figure
Victor
out what's
will-
going on here.
And you said
Victor
you were
will
looking
grab
out the window, right, Victor?
Yeah, Victor will look out the window before noticing Mountain Blood's leaving. But yes.
Okay. As you're looking out the window, you see Electra kind of pull her face up and look at her head into you. How's it going, boss?
Ah! Jeez, Nita. Yeah, I really need to flip out on you. It's like it would be first be cause for alarm, but then Victor will get a little angry. It's like get in here.
As she kind of pulls herself in through the window, does kind of like a little flip as she comes in.
Like you had me worried.
'Cause there's a window to the outside in these rooms, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. It's like if there's a window on the inside of the bar, that's weird.
Yeah,
But okay.
Victor
Well-
will admonish Electra a little bit. It's like, I thought I sent you to go ahead and get intelligence, not to get in any kind of danger.
Well, I wasn't in any danger, and I was worried about you. You guys have disappeared on me, too.
To be fair,
Yes, and there's
he's just like holding
Like,
out
go
a finger,
on.
like he's
Go
about to
on.
say something.
Go on.
Yeah,
go on.
just holding up a finger like he's about to say something, and just kind of trails off from
Never
there.
mind.
No, I got nothing.
Well, I
We
ran
did-
into
we did-
Lyric, and we were doing some searching in the Orc Brothers' house that I may have accidentally turned in, thinking he was one of the Bounty Brothers
Mm-hmm.
Again,
in the capital. And I just got back the other day.
And you're contacting us. Well, luckily you ran into Lyric before reaching out to us. Great.
Yeah, she did try to shrink me because she thought I was trailing her for nefarious reasons, but I
Right.
shrugged it off, I guess.
Based upon the local town description, I was wondering if that was you or if it was somebody else. It was long story short, was worried something might have happened. You got waylaid here because there's a few things about the town that's not adding up.
Yeah, there's something about the Orc Brothers that pretty much everyone in the town's not telling people.
Well, everyone outside the fort does, but yes. I hate mysteries.
Haven't talked to
You
people
should-
in there, but
either the town is protecting them for one reason or another. Or
that's
they
my guess.
Yeah, or they really don't want anybody else finding out what they've been up to. That would be my second guess. So far, lean towards the first.
So yeah, we left a note with since the one Smart Brothers coming back. He'll probably be back tomorrow. Yeah, I took him back and went through that sandstorm the other day when I was probably missed you guys in that. It's probably why we didn't run into each other.
That's what I was expecting in the beginning. Yes.
Sandstorm, yes, right.
Well, yeah, they did have it. We hit the sandstorm on the way into town the first time.
Yep. So when you were hunkering down, she was moving through it with him.
Mhm, Yep.
Probably one of the
Yeah.
failed perception checks we had. Yay.
fantastic.
Victor would just sit down, pull out a flask, and drink, and take a quick swig. All right. Hopefully, Lyric has well. I'm trusting Lyric to be the people person she says she is. Come back with something useful. I really don't want this job falling through.
And if she happens to just be trying to persuade or something, I'll just be there for the assist. Just
Yeah.
call
So
it right now.
to be fair, Victor's trusting the fact that Lyric is either going to do one of two things: one, get the information they need, or B, cause enough of a problem that to stir up a hornet's nest.
Yes.
Either way,
That's-
we get we get something happening.
She's like Goku. There is no in between.
exactly.
that way, I'm just
he's-
the enforcer. I'm just the enforcer, just in case something goes awry.
Yeah, but yeah, Victor's
will
basically
cause-
he's banking on that.
Yeah,
fact.
such a fracas that we will hear about it and come running.
Speaking of which,
If-
is Mount Blood still in the room, or did he go to check out the bar?
You would have
I'm
heard
checking
you
out
kind
the
of
bar
freak
right
out
now.
when
It's like,
Electra showed up in the window.
I make my way to the bar because it's awfully quiet for how early it is in the evening.
Okay, so we'll say but you did hear Victor freak out when Electra showed up in the window.
Just a muffled.
I'm
She
just
popped
gonna.
up.
I'm just like, wait a minute, I heard something. I'm just gonna bang on the door and be like, hey, what's in there? I heard something. I heard ruckus.
So yeah, I'll say we're cut the Mountain Blood. You come into the room just as you see Jinx walking at the door as Lyric strumming on her lute.
Oh, well, what do we have here?
A job well done.
What kind of a job are we talking about? Why is Electra here?
Somehow Blow was with Lyric now
Yeah.
in the bar.
Oh, sorry. Got
Yeah.
my room mixed up.
No problem.
Yeah, you didn't hear you heard Victor freak out when Electra came in, but you kept walking, so you don't know that she's back.
Okay, well, it would have thought it was like a bad dream or something. But like,
Yeah.
Rick, what's going on here?
Just attribute it to typical Victor freak out.
Nothing new. Rick, what do we got? What do we got going on here?
Just tune my loot. That's all.
Is that all?
Should look. Yeah.
Why do I feel like there's something you're hiding from me?
I'm not hiding anything. Maybe you're just asking the wrong questions. She kind of smiles.
Yeah, the expression on your face would dictate otherwise.
Well, of course it does. I said I had a job well done, so I'm just here relaxing.
Yeah. What was that job? You can tell me. I mean, we're all in this together here.
Just gotta look it up. You were there when I was talking about how I was to get information.
Just kind of look at Lyric with a smile and be like, you can tell me. I mean,
You were there when we decided that
raising eyebrows. I got raising eyebrows now. It's like, come on. Come
everything that I
on.
said I was going to do, I did. That's it. You were there in the room when I said I was going to go do what I was doing.
Uh-huh.
Please tell me Mountain Blood is overthinking this and just forgetting a simple little fact. Using that 19 intelligence in the wrong direction.
I mean, I got the headband of intelligence, so it's like, come on.
He's trying to galaxy brain this.
Let's
and
go.
She's like, no, it was pretty easy. I just, this is like, just did what I had to do. That's all I did. I don't know what you want from me.
I know that you know that I know better than that. Come on now. Don't you think I don't know what you think I don't know?
You don't do something soon, I'm going to say roll deception and insight to finish this, so.
Just this infinite loop of just like back and forth banter at this point.
She's like, I did my job. What do you want from me?
Come on. I'm
You know what
gonna roll insight. I'm gonna roll insight just for
Alright.
some big. What do you get? 4. That's garbage. That's absolute garbage.
Yeah, you ain't going to get anything from her.
Alright.
Okay.
So Victor's gonna listen and see if he still hears the instrument playing, being strummed.
Yeah, you can kind of hear the lute being played now.
I'm gonna probably assume that's
she's
that's
nervously
Lyric.
strumming on it, like, why won't he leave me alone? I said I did a good job. The job's done.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm big and intimidating, but I mean, come on. So
Victor will usher Electra and Darius back to the bar.
As
It
you see
seems that's
Mountain
Lyric
Blood
playing,
just
so.
trying to get information out of Lyric.
yeah, what was the role for Lyric? I haven't heard that one.
You want my roll on deception? Okay. Okay.
I haven't heard that part. I hope it's a 3.
That's going to beat your 4, so you don't need to worry about it.
Well, it wasn't on that one, so.
I need to roll on that one.
Yeah.
Because my deception is a 7, so.
It's like, sure, okay, whatever you say. I'm still gonna have like my very like. I don't think she's spilling everything out.
So Victor's just gonna come up with everyone right behind Mountain Blood.
Oh, hello. All right, hi, Victor. How you doing?
Buddy, what have we said about interrogating the nervous girl?
Could have rolled for intimidation at that rate. I could have done better.
It's all right, buddy. You don't need to get. You don't need. It's fine.
It just looks like them. Why aren't you guys sleeping?
I'm like, I just look. I'm like, wait. So you're saying I shouldn't be physically intimidating towards women?
Electra, go back to watching the house. What are you doing?
I heard something and then I heard something else, so I got distracted easily.
All right. I'm officially done with this. And Darius explained to Mountain Blood about proper manners. Thinks it's not outside of intelligence. Like wisdom and not
Because,
scaring our party
just
members.
because I'm smart doesn't mean I'm wise, okay?
Fair
Very
enough.
true.
Yep, they are different stats.
So, and Darius explained the Mountain Blood why intimidating, especially fellow party members, is a bad idea when they're giving information.
Looks at
Two.
looks at the nearby hourglass. How much time do we have?
That's much time I have to finish this conversation and get to bed. So I don't know. Let's have fun. So he's gonna pull over Electra, and Larry's like have him sit down at the table and it's like, all right, what'd you find out?
Are we downstairs now, or are we still in Lyric's room?
You're in the main bar.
Okay, main bar.
Actually, hold on.
Alright.
Is the bartender still there?
No,
He's in the back room right now.
Okay, perfect. So actually, no, wait. On second thought,
Oh god.
let's go back to the shared bedroom, the shared room. Bleh.
Dirk just looks. Why are you still not sleeping yet?
Don't worry about it. Let's get somewhere private.
Yep,
And
as you're
Mia-
walking up, you
Mia,
see
I
the
just-
crow kind of looking at you, start going, "Caw, caw." Because you said bartender, not as familiar.
Mm.
And me, I just simply go, well, I heard a disturbance in the bar, so I need to go check it out because it's way too quiet for as early as it is.
You needed to make sure the booze was okay.
It's almost
Something
like
is awry.
it's almost like Lyric knew the bird was in the room the whole time as to why she didn't say what was happening.
Yeah.
Yes, no pun intended on that.
That's right.
Awry. So,
Well, too bad. I'm taking it as one.
She's like, "We'll talk about it in the morning."
So you're back
what
in
is
your room
the-
then.
Yeah. It's like fine. Talk about it in the morning.
Goodness.
You're going to talk
So-
about it in the morning then?
I was say Final Fantasy, sleep, rest up music. We can regather all of our.
Jesus, all of you. Good thing I wasn't that involved with it. God.
I imagine just lyrics just staring at Victor and the others as they sleep.
Oh yeah, she knows at what times you're gonna wake up at, and she's just immediately hovering right over your face.
Actually, I got to do something here quick. I got to roll something for Victor.
Oh,
Nope,
snap.
okay.
You're gonna be
Yeah.
visited by 3 ghosts.
all of them gods, all of them annoying, all of them.
Oh god, why do they always come to me?
Why when I sleep?
You do not have one of your weird dreams tonight.
Ooh.
Hey, I fed that sword some blood. You should be happy. Freaking chaos gods. Anywho, so back to Victor having an elf standing on, hovering over him as he sleeps.
Oh, no,
starting.
she's gonna wait till near the break of dawn, and then she's gonna flick you on the nose to wake you up.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's getting to
wake
be
up.
about 7 a.m. or 8 a.m.
Flick right in the nose.
Whap. Hey.
Victor's one eye is gonna shoot open. Just
As
I
you
swear.
feel something flick you in the nose.
Ouch. Fuck.
As you
She's
see
gonna go
Lyric
do that.
standing over you, looking at you straight in the eye.
I get technically 8 hours of sleep,
Yes.
but Victor's just gonna have that angry, evil eye look. Like if I didn't actually get my full sleep, I was going to do something.
That I swear to God, you do this again, you will die.
It's like no, it's like it was literally just the
Well,
I would have set
If
something on
someone
fire.
would have went
It
to
may be
bed
you.
when I went off to do my mission, they would have gotten enough sleep then. But yes, I made sure you had enough.
Thank you.
She's gonna do that
Sat
to
there for a
everyone
full
else.
8 hours, and then
She's gonna
8:01 is whap.
She's gonna flick Mountain Blood right in the ear, and Andaris right in his chin, because she likes Andaris the most. So he gets a nice sturdy spot to get a flick in.
Oh, shucks.
Excuse me.
You came second. The ear isn't too bad. The nose is the worst to get the flick.
Whomstead the fuck?
Lyric,
Gave
give
you
me
that
a
lovely little
perception
heart
check,
on your cheek.
quick.
What kind of check?
Perception.
That is not good. Perception is a 6.
You didn't notice where Electra slept that night.
I ordered her to keep watch at the house.
Guess what? She slept out. Ooh. Sloughing off.
Okay. So yeah, you didn't notice where she was then, so. Everyone's awake.
And
Everyone did
she
get a
just
full
go-
rest, so any health is back to full. Anything that you've used is back to what it should be.
Wunderbar.
And Lyric just goes, okay, come on. We need to go to somebody's house, get your food. We're going to be on a stakeout.
And I just look at her and be like, excuse me, am I a dog? No. I'm gonna get breakfast because I want to, not because you told me to.
Vader's just gonna chew on some jerky. Like, I gotta walk the dog anyway. We can talk along the way.
Does
Well, go
anyone
get
go
your
get food from the bar?
Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently.
It's preferred.
Alright, Victor's gonna chew a piece of the standard preserved meat.
Not the special kinds that give you
Standard.
resistances?
He only has that in the spicy kind, so
Okay.
We're gonna save that for a special occasion.
Lyric gets her food, and she looks at the bartender, and she puts down a coin purse with 50 gold pieces for last night.
You're giving that to the bartender?
Yep.
Okay.
That's a big tip.
Very well. He hands it off to you. He says, we'll count your breakfast for today for this part of this too.
As Lyric starts walking out, she kind of like stops her footsteps and just kind of does a point and turn. By the way, we're going to get the Orc Brothers, and that'll be it. So, that's what's going to happen.
Prepare for a feast of heroes when we return with both of them.
If you say so. So, what do you want for breakfast, big guy?
What kind of demeanor did he say that if you say so with? Can I roll an insight on that?
Probably doubtful. It's gonna be doubtful, I'm sure.
yeah, Victor's gonna roll an insight too. Just
That's a 10 on insight. I just want to know if there's any sort of
7.
if it's fear, if it's doubt, if it's
I'm just gonna roll inside too, just for the sheer hell of it.
Okay.
19 on my roll.
Ooh.
Yeah, you
What the
really
hell?
can't tell what he meant by it, Lyric or Victor. But Mountain Blood, he kind of feels like he's doubting that's going to happen. People have tried before.
I just tell myself, yep, I know better. We'll see. We can both in. Dead or alive, they'll be coming in. That's what I tell myself.
But he goes to you, big guy. What do you want for breakfast?
Whatever your standard breakfast is. Just
Give me the grand
lots
slam.
of protein. Lots of protein. Just lay it on thick.
Yeah, he gives you a couple of fried eggs, done sunny side up, some sausage-esque meat of some kind. You can't tell what it was, but it's meat of
It's meat.
some kind of animal,
It's meat.
and some nice crusty hard outside bread that's been toasted.
Yes. Throw in a pint of ale and we'll call it a breakfast meal.
And a Pop-Tart.
Yes! Pop-Tarts are great.
He puts a Pop-Tart and an ale in a blender and serves it to you and calls it a breakfast smoothie.
Better than grand
Sweetest
salad.
thing. Breakfast of champions right there.
Yep.
But yeah, it's got some prickly pear fruit preserves with it too for the toast.
Sounds sweet. And I head out after that.
Anyone else have breakfast?
Yeah, he would
Yeah,
have
they have
gone down with
same
Round
thing,
Blood.
pretty much.
Yeah, like I said, Victor's just gonna be chewing on the original preserved meat he has, which should give him acid resistance. But otherwise, yeah, he's just using his own supplies right now.
A couple weeks ago, gross.
So yeah, you have acid resistance for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you have the
I'd say
magic
that for
from the
like a
jerky
bonus.
being made in the... Essentially, want to give me an arcane check for eating that?
Sure thing.
This is your first time eating some since you've been in the place the temple it was made.
10.
Jesus. Thanks.
I was gonna say you can have advantage with it too, Victor.
Oh, 23 then.
There was something
You're
about
familiar with
that
it, yeah.
temple. It seemed it's basically that felt like that jerky, that whole temple was in another plane of existence.
Another plane of existence, you say?
Yes.
Makes.
My God. We found the elemental plane of meat.
I claim it. I'm claiming it right now. If there is an element of a meat plane, that is all mine. All mine.
Victor, make a history check in case in regard, like, try and make the spirit of connection between, like, whether it's connected to the elemental plane of wherever Incendium comes from.
Roll for it.
Natural 20s for a 27.
Holy
Oh yeah,
snikes,
definitely.
that's one of the highest.
That temple is probably inside the elemental plane of fire.
It's probably
Rick. Holy nut.
why Victor probably figures that's probably why Incendium was asking what plans Victor had for being there. Like,
The highest roll we've had since we started this campaign.
I don't know for you.
No
Holy
idea.
crap. I'm pretty sure that's the highest one.
So yeah, basically from
Nat
what you
20.
can tell from that, since that on that 27, is that your blood kind of opens up the portal that takes you to that temple. It's just that it's, other than what you could see, was sealed off from the rest of the plane. From what you explored in that temple.
Turns out you're an essential worker for this plane. Congratulations.
Wasn't that just peachy?
And you know that's where Incendium kind of lives when he's not in the material plane where you are right now. So yeah, banishment would have been fun in there if anyone would have cast that.
Well, I don't think we're
We're not high enough level for that.
I know, I'm just saying.
Damn it.
It would be grass if we had power words done, but you know, hey.
Just think if all of us would be spellcasters and just like, guess what? People got banishment. Boom.
The only people who would have that, even the possibility of having that, would have been Lyric and Banderas, and we're nowhere near that.
Give it time. We'll get there.
Alright, did everybody eat breakfast?
Yeah.
If feasted.
Victor will have his good old pupper out, ready for a good old walk.
So you guys are gonna head to his temple, his house, then?
So along the way, Lyric is going to explain her plan. And what happened the previous night.
Alright.
She goes, yeah, so while you guys were supposed to be sleeping, I kind of went to the bar and talked to Jinx and the bartender. Decided to investigate the house that you investigated the other day, Victor. And came across the conclusion that, yeah, Electra probably took him in and turned him in.
Yeah, Electra told us as much.
You tried to play Honey, I Shrunk the Electra?
Yeah, you never know. I was just trying to be safe. But I came up with a plan to get him somewhere to where we can get him to talk.
And how do you expect to get him to talk? What's the step? What's that leg of the plan?
Well, she kind of goes. She puts her hands together.
We're gonna wing it.
When Electra took him in. He went so willingly without conflict that he literally took a backpack and made the journey with her. That easy. He just got up and took his stuff and left with her, right?
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, trying to talk to him, trying to persuade him about his brothers it's not going to work, right? So
Yeah.
we need him to lead us to them, right?
Right.
So I kind of left a note, figuring that not only does he protect his brothers, but he probably maybe supplies them with food and resources. I had Electra leave a note on his door saying, "Hey, meet us at where the temple appears, out away from the city where he can't take his stuff and just go with us."
It's not bad. It's not bad.
And then,
Considering,
you guys can fill in how you want to get the information from him. Just, that's what I figured. Away from the sightly eyes that are either afraid or trying to protect his brothers, and we talk to him. This seems to make the most sense.
So we essentially want to isolate them from the material plane that we're in right now.
No, we're not going to put him in the temple. I just made that the spot that we know where it's at, and if he happens to head that way, we know where to greet him at.
Mm-hmm.
But we
so
could theoretically shove him into the elemental plane of fire.
I just wanted to give you guys an area where you could have options to get the information out of him.
Yeah.
Either
so
by abandoning
But
him
if,
in the desert
say-
without his supplies, or locking him inside an elemental plane of fire.
But
All the fun things that you can do to get information out of people who are, well, unwilling to give information.
But
So
would we
Victor's-
have?
hold on. Before you continue that, Victor's just going to nod and he's going to pat his dog on the head. It's like, well, you know what to do, and let Pupper take off towards the house, because the Pupper has a better chance of letting him know when Greg stops by. So plan is, Familiar goes ahead of everybody. He starts prowling around the house while we're all walking and not making a scene.
I put Electra in charge of staking out the house. That she should be there.
Yeah. No, like, you got that. It's like, but if he does bolted, Pupper has the best chance of tracking him.
I don't think he's gonna bolt. I think he's gonna react, and he's gonna go and take care of business. I don't think he's gonna run there. I think he's gonna be fed up with it and go, because
at the very least, we don't have to worry about.
You're making this too. She just starts shaking. You're making this too complicated. Stop it.
That's all right. I'm not.
Stop it.
Not making
Stop
It is male intuition at this point.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Also,
that's what I was telling Electra about. To stop. You're making it too complicated.
Actually, yeah, Electra is just for above board. Electra is staking out the house, right?
Yes.
What we know,
Okay.
Victor, you're just doing too much. Just let this go. Just let it happen.
what if something bad happens, and then we walk into something
Not
weird
yeah.
happening?
Yeah, Vader's not planning.
You have to have a backup plan just in
going to plan.
case.
He's planning in
What's
case
the worst
things
thing
go-
that's going to happen? Electra's going to tail him, and then we'll know where he's going.
What
Because
if?
if he just leaves,
That's also not the other thing he's worried about.
What if Electra were to set a trap for us as we walk in through the door?
It's
we're
actually
not
at
going
this
in
point,
the
hold
house.
on.
We're hanging out around it. He doesn't
Yeah,
know who we are.
What if something was tripped outside the house?
Now Moundblood's overthinking. I'm putting
My
eyes
intelligence
to
check
check.
is through the roof at this point.
Look. We're overcoming it. Like,
I'm
this
going to
is
have to get
Lyric's
mind
plan.
blast for him, aren't I?
This,
He's just smart enough to be dangerous.
yeah, pretty much. But no, Victor just says very calmly, I just want a separate set of eyes, just for
We
both
have
him.
that. And Electra. And we'll be around the neighborhood. He's
What
not
if she
going to
double
get
crosses
anywhere.
us?
But
What if there's a double cross in there?
actually, he's gonna lean it. Victor's gonna lean into Lyric, because by this point, would Lyric have mentioned the deal that she made with Jinx?
Fuck no.
All right.
fuck you.
But he doesn't know about that. Because
Why would you tell
if he
anybody that?
did, he would have commented. Then we have another problem.
Yeah.
Potential problem. But
No, she's just like, no, we just let Electra do her job. We'll hang around the
Just
actual.
roll with it. It's fine. Just roll
we'll
with
hang
it.
it's fine. That's why we're
the
all not running to the
neighborhood,
house. It's fine.
And then all we have to do is set Pupper to find Electra. That's it. That's all we got to do.
all right,
It's that simple.
That's
You
why
do
we
know how
have multiple
familiars work,
people, so
right?
we can
That's why you
challenge
have
each other's
Electra.
ideas.
That's why you have Electra, right?
That's
right?
why we That's why we have multiple people in this party, so we can challenge each other's ideas.
Trust your people.
Sometimes it's good to have outside ideas just in case something goes awry.
Look, I know I have people to delegate to. The problem is, the only concern I have is what if those people can bite off more they can chew. That's all I'm worried about. Well, other than several other things. Just
Look,
trying
what
to
is-
cover the bases. Let's fight.
Listen.
Let's
The
see your
worst
plan.
thing that
Lyric,
happens is that he leaves town and Electra will know which way he goes and then we can track him. That's the worst thing that could happen.
Then fine. All right, fine. It's your plan. We're
We
following your
don't need-
plan.
We don't need 1,000 eyes on it. We got one very good pair of eyes on it.
What is a party for?
She
if not-
navigated a sandstorm with him.
All right.
I just
Okay,
walk
ain't
up to
you-
Victor. I
I'm
walk up to
convinced-
Victor and put my hand on his shoulder and be like, just because Lyric has a pair upon her chest does not mean she rules all decisions here.
It's like, Victor
Don't
will
get
take
distracted.
Victor will take Mountain Blood's arm off of him. It's like, I get that. I understand where you're coming from, Mountain Blood, but
I know that more
Lyric has got
better than
Lyric has
anybody else
actually
here.
gotten some, Lyric has actually gotten some things done, so I'm going to follow her plan for the time being because it's working.
If something goes awry, I told you.
We will.
I forewarned you.
We will
It's
deal
on
with it.
yourself.
And we'll deal with it in our usual manner, right, Lyric?
If something
Yes,
goes awry, I will
that's-
strike first. I swear.
That is what I've been saying. We need to use what you're good at as the last option.
And
in
see,
this scenario, it's
Look,
not necessary as the last option.
like, I get that. I'm not trying to kick down doors. That's going to be a
I
problem.
will kick down doors. I have the strength for it.
But she's gonna pick up the pupper that he's with me, and she's just gonna start walking toward that neighborhood.
It's like the whole point. We're all together right now, so like I said, this is your plan. Where you want us to be.
Just kind of hanging around the neighborhood. That's all. He doesn't know who we are.
All right, fair enough.
Uh-huh.
And anyone who would tell him who we are, outside of the bartender, wouldn't tell him.
Hmm.
Everyone,
Alright.
give me a perception check.
All
Damn
right.
Then
Perception, be nice to me today.
9.
10.
11.
Come on, Lyric. Get 12. Be with the team.
Right.
I'm sorry,
Come
I'm not
on.
a part of the team because I got a 21.
Rude.
It's almost
Rude.
12.
Just had to flip the numbers around.
As you're kind of arguing amongst each other about how to do this, you all of a sudden around Andaris and Mountain Blood's shoulders, you hear someone kind of like do that thing where they with their arms around your shoulders as Electra stands there. So, gentlemen, we have a problem.
Whack, boom.
As no one
Just the
saw,
one?
you didn't
Sorry.
see her coming.
Sorry, it's just instinct for me to swing at whatever speaks to me.
Do you actually take a swing at her?
Out of sheer shock, yes, I will.
Okay, roll
And
the
then
hit.
I will apologize. Let's see. I'm going to classify that as an unarmed strike.
Unarmed strike, yes.
So it'd just be a regular D20, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll that naturally here. 14.
That's plus your strength modifier.
Oh crap, that's right. Okay, so plus 5, so that'd be a 19.
As she kind of sees it coming, but doesn't quite get out of the way in time, roll for unarmed damage.
Isn't that just like strength plus? I think that's just strength damage.
I
He has a
should've done
special
just
thing where he
strength
gets a D4.
Oh. Oh, fantastic.
Let's see.
I should have given you that feat for some kind of combat. I forgot what it was called.
I should have just rolled a strength check instead of just a standard D20. That would have been a little bit easier. So what would I just simply roll for that?
D4 plus your strength.
D4. Okay, so I'm just going to click the D4 and then we'll add the +5. 2 plus 5, so that'd be a 7.
As you kind of smack her pretty hard in the shoulder. It's like, ow!
Oh god, I'm so sorry. Don't sneak up on me like that.
Note to self, I won't anymore.
Sorry.
Victor's just going to double face palm. Oh.
As that punch doesn't seem to land like you think it should when the way you hit her.
Lyric will just walk up. What's the problem?
So,
She
our
snuck up on me.
friend,
Did he stop at the bar first?
no, well, not that I could tell. I was just watching his house. He did come home. Then I heard him laugh. As I heard him yell out, so, person who left this note that's trying to trick me, as he would say. Come talk to me. My door's open.
That's what she said.
And he hasn't left his house since. That was about an hour ago.
Lyric just looks at her. Okay, good. Go get a drink. Charge it to Victor at the bar.
No, just I'll cover it. I'll cover it. I accidentally swung at her. I apologize.
And then she hands a coin purse over to Electra with 100 gold. Tell the barman to meet us at Grig's
Cover
house.
a lot of drinks.
Okay.
And
He
if
grabs
he
the
doesn't come,
gold and leaves.
if he doesn't come, use force.
Yeah.
You got when she says that, she kind of looks at Victor.
It's like
From the use force thing.
about to use the force. Like, what's the look on her face? Is it like really, or like
Yeah, like, should I do this? Really?
like if you can get him to come in peacefully, yes. If not, be creative.
Creative it is. As she kind of jumps back up on the roofs and starts running towards the bar.
All right. Do the rest of you trust me?
To a reasonable extent.
I trust the plan, and I trust.
So I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. If this happens, and then what this will do, if this occurs, what this is going to do. The reason why I told the bartender what I did when we were leaving is in case he went to the bar first. He had been on a loop of being sent back to the capital because he was mistaken for his brothers multiple times. And so every 3 to 4 days, he would return to the tavern to get something to eat. So I knew he was going to be at 2 different places, okay?
Okay.
So one, if he goes to the bar and he gets told, hey, these people are looking for you, either one, he returns to his house to get more supplies to leave, or waiting for us, or 2, he goes and gets his brothers. Or he goes back to his house, or he goes to his house, does what he's doing now, or he goes and abides by the note. Since we're in plan option C at this point, because I didn't know if he was going to go to the tavern first or to his house first, I figured his house might drop off his backpack, all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the one that wrote the letter. The less people that are there, the better. I want you guys to hang around this house outside. Couple houses down, whatever it is that you need to do to keep yourselves occupied, but just pay attention to the house.
All right.
The reason why I'm bringing the bartender over because this is very important, is that we all suspect the town as a whole is doing something to aid, protect, or shield the brothers, right?
Yes.
We do not.
And he seems to be the only one available and open to any sort of information sharing. But I have a feeling that's only going to happen once Greg is involved in the picture and we get the both of them together. I don't think Greg is going to go to the tavern, but I'm pretty sure we can get the tavern over into Greg's.
Not a bad idea. Because it's gonna be hard for them to both lie on the same level.
Exactly.
They keep their lies straight, essentially.
Exactly.
All right, but you keep Pupper with you.
Pupper will be standing guard outside.
That's
right
fair.
at the door. Okay? All right. I'm going to go. You guys kind of hang around the neighborhood. You'll know something's wrong because Pupper will bark. Okay?
Also, again, that's the point why he wants to keep Pupper around, is telepathic communication.
All right.
He knows. Oh, no, Victor will know.
Lyric will then turn her sights toward Grig's house and start marching.
Okay, so yeah.
And
A couple minutes later, you arrive at his house.
So hold on. Before we continue, last I checked, Greg's house was in like the rough side of town, right?
No, it's in like the middle class area side of town.
No, it's in the rough side.
Oh, okay, it is in the rough side. I thought you. Okay.
Older town. It's not bad, but like it's not like criminal activity there. It's just the less fortunate part of the town, the older town.
It's the people who live next to the factory.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gotcha.
Who gets stuck living near the airport. Alright, Lyric's gonna kind of dust herself off at the door. Knock on the
What I
door.
miss?
Yes. Is this who I think it is?
Yes.
Lyric will think for a second. Depends upon who you think it is.
You are my little note lever.
Well, technically that was the knife that left it, but yes, I wrote it.
Come in.
She'll open on up. I mean you no harm as she's opening up the door.
So yeah, you see an orc sitting at that table. The old bread is gone. You see him just sitting there kind of paging through a book. As he closes it, you enter in and he puts it back down on the table.
Stay pup. Lyric kind of looks behind herself. Just stay pup. Stay right there.
No, we'll wag and kind of bark a bit, and we'll stand guard.
So Lyric will be like, "Can I join you at the? Is he sitting at the table?"
Yes. So I assume you're after the bounty for my 2 brothers. I take it then. So I have stuff to discuss with you about this, if you don't mind lending an ear. And that is where I'm going to end the session for the day.
Holy
Alright.
Jesus.